It is classic tabletop RPG Friday, and that means we're going to dig into our Gamma World series once again. So let's get it rolling. Welcome to RPG Elite, where we put the RP back into RPG, giving you tools, tips, and tutorials on how to make your RPG experience more immersive and enjoyable. And also, in addition to that, we do some talk. And apparently my last talk in my last video has got some people, got the hackles raised. I got people going off because I would dare use the dictionary to describe terms. How dare I? You can't do that. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I can't do nothing but laugh. I really can't. It's preposterous to me. Oh gosh. But hey, I knew coming in that this is what to expect on YouTube. You put yourself out there and, there it is. This is your first time coming to the channel. Welcome aboard. For all the rest of you who are actually returning and not running for the hills, thank you so much and welcome back. If you like any of the content on this channel, go ahead and crush the like button on whatever video that you may be watching, this one or any other one. And if you really like it, then go ahead and consider subscribing. I'm always coming out with content on Tuesdays and Fridays, and sometimes I might throw in a little extra video here and there. It depends on what's going on. Today, we're going to be talking about status, community, and ranks in Gamma World. But before we do that, I also want to go and highlight something that I just started messing with here on the channel. It's a new thing called the Community tab, and you get it when you get 500 subscribers. I was unaware because of the growth that we had last month. It was just out of control. And so I had found out about this Community tab and what you can do with it. And basically, you can, I can post polls, I can post other images, I can post videos. And so it's just kind of a place where where the community can come and get information and kind of join along and comment on some other things besides videos. So I started messing around with this. I'm still learning how to use it. And the thing that I asked on my first poll and my first post over on the Community tab is, what do you come to YouTube for as far as RPG related material? What kind of things do you like to watch? So if you want to get in on the fun over there in that poll, go ahead and click on the link in the description below for the Community tab. And I think I'll just have to give you the channel, but after you go to the channel, then you'll see the Community tab and just click on that. And there's only one thing there right now. And go ahead and join in, comment. And I really like to see what kind of RPG related content you guys come to the channel for. I'm really enjoying looking at the numbers and the polls because it gives me information that, I can use later on. Okay. Enough of me and enough of that. We're going to get into this video, Gamma World, communities, ranks, and status. Let's go.
Gamma World is a science fantasy tabletop RPG, but it is also set in a post-apocalyptic world. So for all intents and purposes, it's a science fantasy post-apocalyptic tabletop RPG. Because of the post-apocalyptic elements, everyone there is starting over, struggling to survive, some as an entire new species of beings. The world is evolving. It's not as it once was. And from the ashes of this scorched earth, new societies are born. In Gamma World, the PCs will start off in one of 4 kinds of societies. Now, which one will depend on your GM or if everybody is involved in that decision. So let's take a look at these 4 basic social systems that you may start off in. The first is a clan. Now, a clan is bound together by kinship or lineage. often led by a patriarch or matriarch. When they die, the authority is passed on usually to the eldest child in the clan. Most of these societies are primitive in both technology and organization, so they are normally tech level 1. The next is tribes. This is a group of clans and may include some who are not close blood relation but have been initiated into the tribe, usually by having done something considered worthy of being called family. Tribes may also include multiple different families. Tribes are usually run by a council of elders or a chief. Normally, they are tech level 1 and have tech level 2 items sprinkled in there, here and there. Next are feudal societies. Now, this is a small to medium society run by local lords who perform the judicial and administrative functions. Normally, they are the primary landowners in the society, which is why they have control. Now, most tech level 2 societies are feudal in nature. That is, you have the common people who are ruled over by a nobility, charged with the protection of that segment of society. And then the common citizens, in turn, pledge their loyalty to the nobles of higher rank. Such societies are usually localized, including a dozen major buildings and smaller villages within 15 miles of each other. And last, you have the city-state. This is a city with the surrounding territories forming an independent state. Now, some tech level 2 and tech level 3 societies are organized as city-states of 3,000 to 30,000 people. These may be ruled by a single despot or tyrant, if you want to call him that, or a king or mayor, president, or some kind of elected assembly like a parliament. This leads to character status. This is unique to 2nd and 3rd edition Gamma World, and since we're only doing 1st through 4th edition Gamma World, these are the only 2 that have status. A character's status is their reputation and position within their community. This is dependent on how well they live up to the ideals of their society, as well as how loyal they show themselves to be, what level of patriotism they have. It represents the experience and renown the characters gain as they go on missions and adventures. In 2nd edition, characters gain status points that are converted into an increase in a character's rank. Rank is a measure of how the character's bearing and reputation affect the reaction of NPCs in different situations. Rank in 2nd edition is used for modifying a character's charisma by the addition of their rank, increasing the chance of finding a functioning piece of equipment at their base by 2% per rank. So, for example, if it's 15%, then at rank 1, it's 17%, rank 2, 19, so on. It allows the PC to borrow equipment from his community within the limits of his rank at their base. The value of the equipment is equal to 100 times the rank. And it modifies the chance of gaining knowledge they are researching by subtracting 2 per rank of the highest ranked character. Now, in 2nd edition, all beginning characters are rank 0, the lowest rank in the game. Once a PC successfully completes his rite of passage, their initiation into the community, they automatically rise to rank 1. Now, any further increase is based on the accumulation of status points. As soon as a rank 1 character accumulates 3,000 status points, they automatically rise to rank 2. For each rank after rank 2, the amount of status points needed is doubled until rank 6. So, for example, rank 1 is 3,000, rank 2 is 6,000, rank 3 is 12,000, on and on and on. After that, it takes 50,000 points after rank 6 to raise to the next rank, and that's for every rank thereafter. In 3rd edition, experience points or XP are used to improve a character's rank, which is much different than the rank that is in 2nd edition. As a matter of fact, they might have the same name, but they are entirely different monsters from each other. Rank in 3rd edition is used to 1. Improve a character's chance to hit in combat, improve the chance of succeeding with talents, increase the character's hit point total, enables a character to learn new talents, and when their rank gets high enough, it allows the character to gain an extra attack every round. So how do you earn status points in second and third edition, where it's different, a little different for each? The first way is by defeating enemies. In second edition, defeating enemies will award a certain amount of status points equal to the hit die of the total of the enemies. In third edition, this is not awarded as status points, but XP, which the players can choose to spend on status. So let me give you an example. This is Mr. Batter. Hi, Mr. Batter. It is a mutated badger. Now, batters are not so friendly, just like their ancestors, a mean curmudgeon-y species. And we're going to say 3 PC characters are ambushed by 5 Mr. Batters. They're having a bad day. Now, batters have 6d6 hit die, meaning that you roll that amount of dice to calculate their hit points. Since this is a moderate-sized battle, I do this for all 5 batters being the GM. So I roll a 29, a 20, a 20, a 23, and 24. We'll say the one with the most hit points is the leader, though that doesn't always need to be the case, but we're going to keep it simple in this example. Now, as the battle transpires, the PC heroes down 3 of the batters. The last 2 batters decide they have had enough and get out of Dodge. And so they run off into the forest. That means that at the PC hero's feet are 3 dead batters. So how this would be calculated in second edition is by adding up the batters that have been defeated. So it's these 3. And we're going to say that it was the batters that have hit dice of 23, 20, and 24. The one with 29 and another of the 20s took off. So adding those up, it gets a total of 67. That means that of the 3 PCs, everyone gets 22 and somebody is going to get an extra point, which they're going to decide. Those points can be added to a character's status in second edition. In third edition, those points are XP, which they can choose to spend towards raising their status. The next method of earning status points is by giving artifacts to the community. A character may turn over to their community, which they are members of, any artifacts they gain on an adventure as a result of gifts or division of the spoils, however they acquire these artifacts. The character then gets a number of status points equal to the status point value of the item turned over in second edition. However, in third edition, it is equal to double the tech level of the item. Only functional, powered artifacts that have been figured out by the character may be turned in for status points. An artifact requiring ammunition has to be turned in with all the ammunition, so it's got to be full and ready to go if you're going to get the status points for it. Let me go over to Foundry and let you see how this works in both second and third edition. Let's say you have a character, and that character is a rank 1 in second edition or status 1 in third edition. And let's say they found 3 energy grenades. And they've decided that they're going to give 2 of those energy grenades to the community they are a part of. And they're going to keep 1 for themselves. In second edition, if that character were to give 2 energy grenades, and of course they have to be functioning, they can't be broke, and they would give them to their community, we'd find energy grenade on the table, on the weapons table here, which is right here, and then we find its value. So we just go down here and we find that it would be 450 status points per grenade, which totals 900 points since they're giving 2 of them to their community. Now, that's not bad for a rank 1 character, seeing that they need 3,000 points to get to a rank 2, and they just knocked out 900 of those points with 2 energy grenades. But over in third edition, it's a little different. In third edition, you remember, finding artifacts will give you the XP value of the tech level of the item. So that same character, 3 energy grenades. Going to give 2 of them away. But now we have to look at the tech level. and that's tech level 4. And they're going to give 2 of them away. So that means that they will receive normally 8 XP for finding those artifacts. But if they're going to use those for status, then it doubles, remember. So instead of getting 8 XP, they will get 16 XP to go towards their status. Now again, of course, it's lower because you have a threshold here of trying to go to 200, but it's still not as substantial as in 2nd edition, where you almost got 30% of your XP with 2 energy grenades, and here you got nowhere near that. So it is far and above better to turn in artifacts in 2nd edition Gamma World than it is in 3rd edition Gamma World. The third way of earning status points is by accomplishing a mission. So if the PCs are sent on a certain mission and they accomplish the mission, they should be given a certain amount of status points or XP for completing that mission. Now, another way is to have special awards. Now, this is if the characters do something above and beyond, like they come up with an ingenious plan that works, or they role play excellently, or beating an extremely formidable opponent that it seemed like was not going to happen. So you give some kind of special award to them. In 2nd edition, that would be added to their status points, and in 3rd edition, again, that would be added to their XP. And then there's a last one, but this one is only given in 3rd edition, but it is one that is really cool and something to consider, and that is being a community champion. So if the PCs represents their community in a contest of some kind and wins, they can treat any XP gained as twice the value if they use it to attain status points. So for example, let's say there's 2 societies, and let's say it's just, 2 feudal societies, and they're going to the same location to try to get a specific artifact of the ancients. And it's a race to go and get it because this is some major artifact that's going to turn the tide for the feudal society that gets it. Then in that situation, there would be a community champion if they went there and got it, maybe even had to defeat those who were trying to get it from the other society and come back victorious. Now, 3rd edition also includes some things that may make status fluctuate, and this part I like. For example, what if there's a change in community leadership? Then the status of that PC may change. Also, if there's a public scandal, and I think everybody knows what that is. If someone is publicly defeated as an insult to the community, like in the example that I gave of the 2 groups that were going to get that special artifact. If they were defeated, that would be public. They would come back despondent, and that would definitely make the status fluctuate. And then last, what if someone else steps in as the community champion? Well, that would be bad. Of course, that's going to, at least to some degree, lower the status of the PC heroes. In 3rd edition, PCs start with a status of 1. And to raise their level, they must spend 200 XP times their current status. So if you are at rank 1, it's 200. Rank 2, it's 400. Rank 3 is 600, so on and so forth. Not only do they have to have the amount of status points necessary, but then they have to make a yellow difficulty roll on the ACT, corresponding to their rank, not status. Success means they gain a level, and failure means they can't try again for 1d6 weeks. Now, status in 3rd edition is just like rank in 2nd edition. They are used for exactly the same thing. Now, why is one called status and the other one called rank? Who knows? Things change in editions. That's just how it is. But the one thing we can see from the examples that we gave is that you're probably more in an advantageous position to give artifacts to your community to gain status in 2nd edition. And in 3rd edition, you definitely would be in a better position to defeat as many enemies as you can because that gives you more XP and therefore more status points, since when you turn them in for status, it doubles. So this overall is the general idea of how status, rank, and community works in Gamma World 2nd and 3rd edition.
So, a little different. In 2nd edition, it seems like you pretty much have to have status. In 3rd edition, you don't have to have status. It just depends on what your focus is. Actually, in 2nd edition, it's more like experience points. So you kind of basically have to have status. Though, of course, you can always mess with the rules, tweak with them for whatever kind of campaign that you'd like. All right, well, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to get out of here. I've got other things to do, other videos to make, and things to say that'll probably just make some more people upset. I happen to be good at that. So until next time, happy gaming.